Esteban Ocon will race in Canada, but will leave Alpine at the end of the season, with the Frenchman's relationship with the team at a natural end, amid advanced discussions elsewhere for a 2025 drive. It's understood the news is not related to his unfortunate Monaco crash with his teammate Pierre Gasly, despite Alpine boss Bruno Famin stating that there would be consequences, falsely rumored to be a one-race ban. Ocon's 2025 move after 5 years at Enstone will likely follow that of top F1 free agent Carlos Sainz. But in a social media post this week ahead of the news, Ocon opened up on the abuse he faced post-Monaco. The misinformed statements and gross distortions that I have seen online in recent days about my ability to work with the team have been inaccurate, hurtful, and damaging, he said. Ferrari ambassador Marc Gené says it's unavoidable that Charles Leclerc will now dream of joining the fight for the World Championship. Leclerc was the man at the last round in Monaco as the first Monegasque since Louis Chiron in 1923 to win his home race. But Gené, in a chat with official podcast F1 Nation, says Leclerc's focus will turn to a title battle, with his Monte Carlo hoodoo behind him and a 31-point gap to Red Bull's standings leader Max Verstappen with 16 rounds to go.
I'm so glad for him, and then look at the... I know we shouldn't look, and Fred says don't look at the championship, but it's unavoidable. You look at the championship, you know, and 20-something points is nothing, you know. But anyway, we enjoy now that, and then we'll see what happens after.
Aston Martin continues to seek out F1's engineering top guns to boost its fortunes in the sport, with Ferrari's technical director Enrico Cardile the latest to be linked with a switch from red to green. Aston Martin has taken a step back in competitiveness this season, with the ambitious squad earning points, not podiums so far. A big contrast to 2023, when Fernando Alonso scored 6 from the first 8 races. But with soon-to-be free agent Adrian Newey reportedly not interested in joining Aston Martin after he leaves Red Bull in the first quarter of 2025, the squad has turned its attention to Ferrari, where Cardile, the squad's chassis and aerodynamics boss, has had a big influence on the performance upswing of the Scarlet SF24, which has won races in Australia and Monaco. Aston Martin has also targeted former Scuderia team boss Mattia Binotto, with talks reportedly taking place in the Imola paddock. Mohammed Ben Sulayem has made an astonishing U-turn on Andretti's F1 bid, with the FIA President advising the American concern to go and buy an existing team, not to enter as a startup. Andretti was cleared by the FIA last year as the only operation approved through its new team tender process, but was rejected from obtaining a commercial deal by Formula One, which stated it would not be competitive, nullifying its value. But while Andretti continues to work at pace for a 2026 debut, with the US government also getting involved to settle the dispute, Ben Sulayem has since changed his tune. I feel that some teams need to be refreshed. What is better, to have 11 teams as a number or 10 and they are strong, he told Reuters. I still believe we should have more teams, but not any teams, the right teams. It's not about the number, it's about the quality. RB has hinted that it will retain its driver lineup for 2025, with CEO Peter Bayer stating the squad is very happy with both pilots. Rumors have swirled in recent months that RB's reserve Liam Lawson could replace Daniel Ricciardo either mid-season or in 2025, with Yuki Tsunoda the squad's main point scorer. But the squad's CEO has since sought to calm speculation, pouring cold water on rumors RB was set for change. I think we're very happy with both of our drivers, he said, and honestly we're not wasting time with discussing ifs and whens. We have a very strong lineup, we have a great reserve driver. Lance Stroll has reconfirmed his commitment to the Aston Martin project and his future in F1, following mounting speculation earlier in the season that he could be set to depart the sport. Stroll has been criticized from the outset on being a pay driver, with his father Lawrence Stroll buying and rebranding the Racing Point team into Aston Martin for his son's F1 aspirations. But while rumors continue that he could quit, with last year's wild paddock whispers suggesting a switch to professional tennis, Stroll says that he's been amazed by the squad's transformation. It looks very different at Silverstone now than 18 months ago, he said. So yes, I'm definitely committed and excited to be a part of this project. Mercedes hopes to continue its upward trajectory in Canada, with fresh front wings for both cars and some small upgrades to up cornering pace. The squad's W15 is F1's fourth fastest car, though George Russell kept Red Bull's Max Verstappen behind him in Monte Carlo to finish fifth. But Mercedes knows that it has to continue making incremental gains to get ahead on such a competitive grid.
We've really been closing down that gap to the front. We've still got to get in amongst those teams, and it's been frustrating how close, the second race in a row, George has been 1,000th of a second off taking another position in qualifying. He was only a few hundredths of a second off, ending up third on the grid. But we're wanting to continue in that direction. We've got some smaller updates. We're certainly going to have front wing 2 on both cars.
F1 took a break last weekend, but Red Bull continued on in Poland, with the team heading onto the dirt at Wrocław's Stadion Olimpijski, where its top guns raced speedway rider Maciej Magic Janowski. Janowski took on a rally and drift car, but the main attraction on the oval was his battle with ex-F1 star David Coulthard, running in the 2011 World Championship winning Red Bull RB7. The Polish Speedway event also saw a thrilling landing and takeoff from daredevil Red Bull pilot Łukasz Czepiela, who famously landed his plane on the helipad of Dubai's Burj Al Arab last year. F1's power brokers are set to turn their attention to liveries across the grid in a bid to reduce confusion when shown on television. It's understood that fans are finding it tough to recognize certain F1 cars, especially during night races, with the main confusion between the Aston Martin and Mercedes, and RB and Williams. It's understood that the prolific use of naked carbon and types of paints used to save on weight also play a part. We're discussing it still with the teams, and it will be discussed in the next F1 Commission, said Nicholas Tombasis, the FIA's single-seated director. Red Bull Motorsport consultant Dr. Helmut Marko has revealed Sebastian Vettel has asked again and again for a return to the squad, but that he's been refused as a potential matchup with Max Verstappen would not be a pleasant time for him. Vettel retired from F1 at the end of 2022 with 4 World Championships and 53 wins in the bag. But rumors exploded he was ready to run again after he tested Porsche's race-winning 963 hypercar at Spain's Motorland Aragon earlier this year in March. But there have been no announcements yet, with Vettel stating he's enjoying his new life. The German's former physio Antti Konsas, though, revealed to official podcast Beyond the Grid the commitment Vettel would again need to race at the pinnacle of motorsport.
It means turning every single stone there is, every single day. Sometimes that's the rest day, by the way. So it's not every day is pushing day. It means reflecting and growing, and whatever happens, having the ability to do that and being open to learning new things.
Thanks for watching. To stay up to speed on all things Formula One, make sure you hit the subscribe button.